stinky dicks?
No, you're wrong. I'm just saying, if you only do it once a year and just to make sure you're not gay, having sex with a man isn't gay. Like, if you don't enjoy it, it's not gay.
I'm pretty sure that's not how it works.
Good thing we have a content warning up for that.
What?
Right.
We're live?
Yes.
Oh, hey, how y'all doing? Sorry, just a little debate we were having.
Also, we counted in, so we damn well knew he was on camera.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Dyson Dudes. Thank you all very much for joining us on our Wednesday night. We are starting an hour late because we did have to roll up new characters, and I will explain why in just a moment. But thank you very much. We are a group of friends that get around on Wednesday, sit around a table, throw some dice, and play some Dungeons and Dragons together. Tonight, we'll actually be playing the Wild Frontier campaign system. So not D&D tonight, though it is loosely based on 5th edition. So you guys will be seeing that coming up. It is in playtest, so don't yell at me too much, but if you see something that you don't like, you see something that can be changed, or you have any questions about it, I would definitely love some kind of soundboard to be able to bounce stuff off of, and these
Soundboard.
poor people are my playtesters tonight, so we'll see just how far this goes. Been working on this system for a couple of years now. Well, about 3 years now? Yeah, about 3 years. Yeah, about 3 years now. Right. And it's inching ever closer to completion. So did some major changes, and we're going to do this tonight. We are going to be doing a mini campaign, and we're going to be doing it with this system for now. If we run into some big roadblocks, we can easily transition back to 5th edition, though. But we don't really care about the system that we use. We mainly care about the stories that we're sitting on and telling together. If that's something that you're interested in. We're trying to tell stories together, so if you guys want to join in on that, we definitely appreciate it. If you do like the channel, we do ask that you subscribe. Please like the video, leave a comment on the video. Just so you all know, we do have our sub goal for the year for YouTube is 200. I think we can hit that. We started at like 20 people at the beginning of this year, and we're up to 141. So I'd say that's pretty good. I think we can do it, guys. With your help. Huh?
I didn't know we're collecting submissives.
I was going to say, is that 200 people putting you in a dog collar, or you putting 200 people in?
Sorry. I need to remember that I played this game with
Adult
degenerates. Subscribers.
Yeah,
excuse me.
You're the king of this party of degenerates.
That's true. But the king is above such petty things. You can't hold me accountable for
Okay,
anything.
so guys, he has the freaking husbando pillow of Chris Hemsworth's song.
Wow. That's true. But,
Why are you king
it's
shaming?
Chris Hemsworth.
I'm not. I'm just saying it's there.
Just putting it out there for the
Putting it
world
out
to
there
see.
for the world to know.
Every time I get sweaty, I lay him on my back and just look back into his eyes. You know.
So you'd be wearing the dog collar.
Oh yeah, with Chris Hemsworth, 100%. All right, but guys, we are, like I said, we do have our 200 person subscription goal for YouTube. We're still pushing on Twitch. If you prefer it on Twitch, please follow us on Twitch. Please follow us on Twitch. Give us if you have your free Twitch Prime. You have your free Twitch Prime. Go ahead and throw it our way, please. Or if you really like the content, throw $5 our way. It goes a long way. It helps us buy new cameras, new lights. We've actually picked up new light bulbs and new lights, and we got cameras that are going to be ordering and new mics that we're going to be ordering. So every little bit definitely goes a very long way, and we really appreciate all the help you guys give us. If you guys notice anything during the game, any sound or anything like that, definitely speak up so that way we can get the issues fixed, because we've been running without a producer for a little while, so let us know. I think that's going to do it. We do have more content coming your way. We are not going to be talking about our typical sponsors Wednesday nights anymore, because this is not fit for kids. So because of that, we don't want to have any kids watching us, so we simply just don't have them.
I'd let my kids watch this.
You have
no kids.
Cats don't count, man.
Yeah.
Cats love this shit.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
I don't care.
cats are soulless.
They keep batting at the glare on David's head. Like,
No,
hell yeah.
Dolus is a dragon.
But yes, we will have more content coming your way. We did have 3 videos go out on Monday, all of them done by yours truly. That was Orbis, Paleo, and
Cadian.
year number 18 of PPM. I survived against the Sunstalker, and to the people who watched the video and did talk to me about it, thank you so much, because I found out I did it right. It was a pain in the ass, and it was the first time I ever done the fight, so I was really scared that I was going to fuck something up. But we did it right, and poor Saren is two ticks away from retirement. But as long as she only gets one more, so we may want to do like a level 1 hunt next time, just to get her to
can't say that.
and then just
No, she's gonna die. She's 2
Level
days away.
1 giga.
Well, yeah, she's just 2 days away from retirement. Okay, but we're gonna go ahead and stop fucking around. When we come back, we're gonna be doing something just a little bit different. Starting off with a little mini campaign for Brownwater by day. We'll be right back. And welcome back. Okay, so tonight we're actually going to be using the characters with a little, a few adjustments to them. In Marigold's, what was that episode named?
I wasn't here.
The
Valley
pig.
of the Pigs.
Well,
Valley
yes,
of
it's
the
now going to be
Pig.
referred to
Valley
as
of the
the
Pigs.
Pig Fucker episode.
That
Here
poor,
on out.
that poor pig's wheel.
Look at the class, just call it Valley of the Pigs.
But we are going to continue with those
The Valley of
characters
the
actually,
Pig tiers.
and we're going to be picking the game up 3 days after you all return to Brownwater. Again, this system is a bit different, so you're going to see them rolling a bit different. We're going to be using different numbers. This is a floating target number system. So in this game, high rolls are actually kind of bad, and crits depend on your skill where it falls under after all modifiers and everything. So criticals can range anywhere across the gamut.
Except
Again,
for 20s.
Yes, 20 is always a failure. 20 is always a failure.
Apparently now.
What about a 1?
1 is always a success, but if they outroll you, then
Let's see how many 20s
it all depends on how it goes. It all depends on how it goes.
All the 20s. Nat 20! Yeah!
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, you're going to get all those nat 20s we need back to
Well, what I'm waiting for is you guys rolling and then going like, wait, what's my target number? That's a crit! That's what I'm waiting for.
I just rolled a nat
Sadly,
20.
we're waiting for it.
Nice. So
Kyle's going to wreck the 20s. We get back to guns and roll. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1,
Right?
1.
One,
Oh,
one, one, one,
yeah.
one, 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 one.
Mr. Kyle.
Rolling.
Alright, Jesus, why you fuck me?
These dice you gave me are evil. They're already rolling high for me. You know, because you gave them to me, they have become mine.
Then pick.
No, they're hurt.
Okay.
Stolen them.
But let's go ahead and get to it. So, the small town of Brownwater is very, very quickly growing up. With a group who shall not be named, actions have led to the iron rail being slowly built, heading in this direction from Uruk, which is not only going to put Brownwater on the map, but it's going to help Brownwater explode in its near limitless supply of fresh water that consistently flows beneath the town. While a great many of the townsfolk may know the secret behind this, none of your characters do, and the greater populace does not either. It is a closely guarded secret. Woolworth has hired on a few other deputies, and they have been able to rout out quite a bit of the corruption and, well, straight out murder and piracy that was happening down in this area. Though the Heartless brothers are still hard at work. Well, I guess Heartless brother now is still hard at work, but the Poppers, what's it called again? The
Poppers and Brace? No.
Poppers, no.
No.
The Shanty Town Tavern.
Oh, down.
Why didn't you write it
Not
down?
Poppers.
No.
It's in my other book.
I just don't want to. Well, where's the map?
Right there.
Right there.
No. The Brownwater map.
Oh, that's in Kyle's book.
What now?
Kyle, bring it out. Where's that?
Squatter's Plot.
Spartacus.
In Squatter's Plot.
That's like
Oh, that wasn't the name of it. Thingy, but
Yeah,
There's
but
another-
Squatter's Plot is also growing up with this with the town, as a great many of the old tents of it are now becoming permanent. And one of those is actually a pub that is now being named, finally, as it was simply just a tent that had moved around forever. But the Tiefling and Half-Orc in those have actually managed to have get enough money together to make themselves a permanent location. And this location is called the Hog's Wash. And it is your all's current new favorite tavern, as through some various other actions, you're not really welcome back at the the Welcome Member Inn anymore.
I didn't do it.
yes, you did.
I one did. One in the middle.
You all now, or the four of you, now very much heavier with your 300 new notes, weighing you down, with you all now spending some of that money on from your very ill-gotten gains. What, if anything, have you all been spending your time or money on in the last 3 days?
Ill-gotten. We helped an entire family find their ancestor and become one.
We worked hard for that
with
money.
the pig. One with the pig.
I think they worked a little harder, but you know.
Some
They
harder than
carried
others.
that
Someone
token.
got porked or what?
Oh yeah.
Pork got
Oh yeah. Not
Good.
gonna-
It was Kenny, it wasn't
It's
me.
all your fault. You're the one who made this
Did
campaign.
you put it up again?
Warning.
Warning.
Not suitable for small children, large children, dogs, cats, and most people.
Definitely not pigs.
Oh,
Oh my God, Kyle.
Don't eat the bacon.
Oh, it's
No,
the-
it's full of extra protein.
Contaminated.
Long.
it's creamy bacon.
Remember what
Protein.
happened to the Jenny O turkeys all those years ago?
Super Total is suggesting you guys jump into a bath of coins.
Ooh,
I mean, I
Well,
wouldn't suggest doing that because coins, unlike what Scrooge McDuck would tell you, that you can't actually like go into them like water.
but now
Peter
Solus
Griffin learned that the hard way.
now has a bed. A bed of coins. I'm going to indulge the draconic side.
Yes, I am a dragon. I am a dragon. Okay, so as none of you are doing anything of any super,
no, actually.
Yeah.
I would be going out and, shooting at a fence, bottles on it.
Okay,
every now
so
and then.
practicing.
Practicing, getting
Okay.
some extra ammunition to go out to shoot.
Okay, how much extra ammunition are you attempting to buy?
How much would 20 notes buy me?
Let me see. That's why I have these cards for you guys. Oh yeah. I'm gonna have to go through a lot of them.
Oh no.
All of these created items. Look at all those.
Why'd you create them?
Because I had to create them. I have to create stuff for my unique world. Hey, what's up, Berserker X again?
Me? Yep.
No.
I'll do it.
No.
It worked great the first time.
No, it did not.
You sure did.
It did
It
not.
sure did.
No one died.
While I look for this, is
We had
anybody
cards.
else
No
doing
one died.
anything else of importance?
10, like 100 pounds of grain.
100 pounds of grain?
Wait,
10.
grain, like 100 grain alcohol or what?
No, 100 pounds of grain.
Just make
You gotta
his
save
own
me something.
booze.
So my question is, where are you storing this?
We've got a distillery going.
In the tent. That's what we got the tent for.
Oh, okay. So
Oh,
you
God.
popped up a tent in the
Squatter block.
squatter's plot. Okay.
I am
Tent?
documenting.
Stovepipe coming out of the tent.
Are you getting regular ammunition?
I'm right. I'll get like maybe.
Or are you gonna head over to the now still rather famous Gren's Armory?
Oh no. I just want regular ammunition,
Okay.
and even some practice ammunition if it's cheaper.
There is no such thing as practice ammunition here, sadly.
Like
For
the
them,
bad
it
stuff
is
that sometimes
ammunition.
blow up.
Ammunition is ammunition. Okay, so I found all of those. I will have to print you out another card because I think he's got all of my other ones.
I do.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I'm not going to pull them out of his character book, so I'll just print out some more. No worries. They are going to run you. It is 10 gold pieces for 20 rounds.
Oh wow,
So 10 notes. Yes, ammunition is expensive.
it's like real world.
Then
Art
I'll
imitates life.
get 40 notes worth.
40
I want a
rounds?
good amount to.
So you got
just
80 rounds. Go ahead
Hop
and make
off.
sure you mark that down and take off the notes. Okay, so you want 100 pounds of grain.
Yeah.
Okay, so grain is going to run you, let me see, where is it? It's going to run you 2 crowns per pound.
Oh, yeah. Cool. 100 bucks.
Okay, so that is going to run you 50 crowns.
Okay.
So 50 crowns, that's going to be
Douglas
5 notes or
or
5
5
gold,
notes.
up to you.
5 notes.
That's a lot of grain.
It is.
I carry
Get some spices too.
What kind of spices?
Random shit.
Just random, like cheap spices, or
Weird.
Cheap,
spices,
good,
most
whatever.
likely.
Just whatever smells good.
go ahead and
We have
roll
another
me
chair?
an investigate
He's gonna get drunk.
with your
He's
intelligence.
gonna blow himself up.
We'll go with your wisdom. We'll see. This will be searching for
Was making beer out of vacuum.
Slightly better.
it. Okay, so what is your
My target's
wisdom
a
plus?
10 and I got a 7.
Okay, so target of 10, you got a 7.
Fire.
So that's not bad. That's not bad. You are able to find some decent amount of spices. They are going to run you. I mean, he's looking at stuff like cardamom and cinnamon and things like that. But he mentions this one called paprika that really gets you kind of like, that thing's kind of expensive.
Gonna make so
So if
many
you want
double
'em,
eggs.
it's going to cost you another 5 notes. For it.
Sold.
It's gonna be all nice.
Get a bunch of copper line in the stove.
You're gonna make some
And a
paprika
stove?
vodka.
Yeah.
You're going to put your stove in your little tent.
Yes.
The stove is larger than your tent.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh my god.
All right.
I am documenting all this from just a little ways away. I'm not helping him with anything. I'm just watching him in the how National Geographic
like
style.
The halfling pulling on the stove. Just,
And here we have the halfling attempting to
Halfling is
pull 50 pounds of grain.
He's doing it.
He is buying
Let's throw like
exorbitant
20 pounds
amounts
of
of
potatoes in the
paprika.
okay. The potatoes, they're going to run you, same thing, 2
100
pounds.
pounds of grain? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, he said that. He did.
Dude, no, I thought it was 50. Oh my god. It's gonna
So, where are you sleeping?
no, right, your tent is occupied.
Outside.
How much space is in that tent?
No.
I mean, the stove is bigger than the tent. So right now, like when he gets the stove delivered to his tent, he's got to drape his tent around the stove.
The stove is next to the tent, and the copper line goes into the tent.
Ah, okay.
And again, I am documenting.
Well, whether he asked me for it or not, I'll sneak into the tent.
Can I get a bigger tent?
Roll. Go ahead and give me another
Investigation.
investigation plus your wisdom plus your
Yeah,
investigation.
lucky.
Was that a 20?
Yeah, it was.
See,
I got
normally
it
that'd
done,
be
my
a
target
great
is 10.
roll.
Yeah, so great. So you are able to find almost circus sized pop tent. This thing it's used in used condition. It is actually the old tent that the Hogs Wash used to have.
Perfect.
That is going to run you for the size of it. You're looking probably 50 notes.
Okay.
It's gonna end in disaster.
How much do you guys have?
It's
Just
for
get a piece of
secrecy.
Oh, land's expensive, yeah. Land is at a premium right now.
Never mind. I'll just put it in my tent.
So occasionally I'll just scream at you. What are you doing, little man?
Now the stove is inside the tent where I can't be analyzed.
Oh no, I'm just like sneaking. What are you doing? And I throw a tuber at you for you to eat.
This is their currency.
They seem really, interested. Or do
So,
you want a carrot?
During that 3 days of Mr. I'm going to make a moonshine still, what is everybody else doing and practicing gunnery? And you, being an anthropologist,
Obnoxious
doing?
as anthropologist. Finding a nice
Throwing
quiet place to
carrots
take notes on the Creole pig worshippers.
the Creoles.
The Creole pig fuckers.
Okay.
Add it to the notebook right next
Some
to
things
all
are
of the
better
other
than
people who
that.
worship and fuck animals.
Okay.
to separate them.
I don't want to know what's in that notebook at all. Please don't tell me.
There's one about.
Some
I-
ancient, some not.
I want to have a good view of my world still. Please
No.
don't
No.
make too many different clans
No,
that
no.
fuck animals.
There are so many.
All
I've
of them.
got at least 100.
This last one, that was all your fault.
No, that wasn't my fault. The part of it was my fault, yes.
Okay,
But
no.
here's the thing.
No,
Here's
no.
the thing. You took it to a level I never expected it to go.
What did you do?
You gotta watch the episode. Like, no spoilers for him, please.
You gotta watch
the episode.
Poor pig.
I honestly thought down to the wire that it was going to be hilarious and he was going to do something else, but he chose the one thing I did not expect him to choose. The one thing that I thought about it was like, nah, no
Make
way.
all of
No
us
one
go
would ever be that evil.
Oh no. He needs to change his alignment.
Hey,
What's your
You
alignment?
need to add another chaotic to whatever your alignment is.
He's
Yeah.
just chaotic.
Apparently chaotic, neutral, chaotic.
Like a chaotic neutral.
chaotic, neutral.
so you
Okay.
wrote with the Alpha Ridge, assume cross it.
But during all of your various goings on, while you were practicing, there is. Hand me the Brownwater map, please. I'll make you guys a copy.
I told you to keep it out.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to keep it out.
Well, you have a scanner, so I'll just literally
He
scan
doesn't
it
like
front
to
and back
keep it
and
out?
print out another one.
Do copy.
Yeah.
Like Souls, he prefers to keep it
But as you are practicing, there is a couple of corrals that are currently being used for various target practice. As they have nothing beyond them, they are kind of very popular with this. A long time ago, months ago, there was once a giant Goliath that had a showdown in this little corral. It is referred to as the Shady Tree Stables. With the boom that is happening with the Creoles, as their houses have now finally connected, and the Creoles and the Kessers are now almost one full house. Shady Tree Stables doesn't have any more York keps, so they have been subsidizing in any way they can, and this is one way they're doing it. So as you are shooting at various tin cans and other things, the old man there actually giving you pointers on positioning and things like that, and every once in a while we'll start throwing out cans and things like that so you can try to hit moving targets and fail terribly, but you're getting your practice in. When you hear a familiar clearing of a throat.
Are you offering a target? Oops. Hey, what? Offering a target over there?
No. Please, sir. Perhaps you remember me. I know halflings have a memory as short as you are, but
I think you are a target.
I am envoy to Lady Marigold. Perhaps you remember we did business a few days ago.
Yeah, I remember you.
Well, I have this for your service. And he pulls out 4 of the same style of notes that you got before. They're pretty small, rolled up. Each one is has a ribbon tied around it and a wax seal upon it. Where before the ribbon was yellow, this time the ribbon is a deep crimson. This is for you, your brother, and your Loxodon and Dragonborn friends. I believe their names were Solus and Reten.
Yeah, something like that.
And I don't remember what your name is, as I will never commit it to memory.
But
But
then I
please,
won't bother time.
but please, the matter is of some importance, so I would suggest you collect as quickly as possible.
All right. I'll go get them. We'll
And-
sell them.
As you kind of turn and start walking past him, he turns and looks at the one can that you left up there, takes a squinting look at it, draws from the hip and fires, and you see the can. And he throws his coat back over and then walks away.
Well, I'm better with the knife anyway.
You should have been going knife.
He just like turn to somebody. Oh yeah, just stab right in, dude. Can you do that?
Yeah.
Yeah. What the fuck? Okay, but what do you do?
Well, he gave me Did he give me them?
All four of them.
All right, then I'll open one that looks like it might be mine, and if it's not, then I'll
There,
pick
there
one.
appears to be no difference between the four notes.
I'll pick one and open it.
The note reads, typically, again, I would hand you a handout for this, but as I had to create a character sheet for tonight from scratch, didn't have time to get to that. But
What?
the note says, your presence is requested as you come highly recommended from Lady Marigold. Mrs. Olyssa Kesser would like to speak to you at the Creel Estate.
Can I remember? Do I know her name already?
Go ahead and roll me a history check with intelligence, please.
All right. Well, I have nothing in history, so intelligence. That's a 9.
So your target number is 9. So he is trying to roll. If he rolls a 9, it's a crit. If he rolls under a 9, it's a success with varying degrees. What'd you roll?
7.
7? So that's pretty good success. You have heard of Alyssa Kesser. About 2 days after you arrived in town a few months ago, there was quite the celebration. The entire town had ticker tape lined down the various roadways. There was a bit of a parade of sorts as Mrs. Alyssa Kesser and Mrs. Marigold Creel became
Wet.
married, melding the houses together. Through your information gathering, you discovered that Alyssa Kesser, with absolutely no feasible way of actually being able to do this, no one can figure out how she managed to pull this off, managed to gain access to the land that the iron rail would be built upon. It's a mystery as to how she got that, but
Those
Yeah.
local heroes.
it
Yeah.
led to one
Yeah,
of the largest sale of land from the Kesser estate ever, and allowed them to overlook the uniqueness of their union and blend the families together.
Runs in the family, I see.
Burial ground.
I head back to my brother's newly found tent.
Okay.
What happens on the
As you go, you hear
good cover?
some rumbling and some shaking, and there's some smoke coming out of a hole that he cut into the tent. And you have the Loxodon is bent over with her head sticking through the tent flap, and you can hear quill on paper as she's taking notes.
Might as well pick her pockets while I'm at it.
Roll a stealth check versus your perception.
Roll high.
So sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand, not stealth.
Yeah. So what is your sleight of hand target number?
Well, with Dex,
Yes.
yeah, since that's Dex. That is a 16.
16. So his target number 16. What is your
Okay,
perception?
so
target
perception
number?
is intelligence? Or
Is wisdom.
Wisdom. Okay. Okay, cool. 14, 15, 16?
So 16 and 16. So what? Go ahead and roll yours.
4.
And what'd you roll?
15.
15. So you are. You can successfully take that same book back.
Why are you taking it?
I'm going to start reading through it this time. Right behind her.
Okay, so
Um,
that one.
After a moment, you will hear somebody flipping through pages behind you.
What is this?
Oh, that's about a elven tribe. Oh, yeah, elven tribe who happens to have a particular interest in certain foliage.
Anything
And-
like that, the Creoles did with the pigs.
I mean, to an extent, there is a ceremonial tree.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
You like watching strange things.
We document everything. Like your brother attempting to brew something.
Yeah, but at least, him over there trying to make liquor makes a whole lot more sense than, trying to make babies.
Oh, that's what that is. I had no idea. It has a lot of paprika.
Liquor making is already well documented.
Well, this one is not.
Speaking of, where's your compatriot?
Kent.
Organic matter, yeast.
I
Paprika.
hand you two of the little rolls. We're like,
Interesting choice.
Spicy.
one of them's for you and the other one's for your friend.
Why do you say it weird?
I don't know. I mean, it's
Is
up
that
to you.
how?
I think he's making insinuation.
Yeah.
I'll give him a mess.
He's your friend.
Why do you always go friend?
No reason.
Are you implying that we have a relationship?
Well, I mean, it's obvious that you do.
Business.
Don't do anything
We're
interesting
nothing
till
but
I get
business
back.
partners,
No.
okay?
Well,
Like,
once
I think you
again,
meant this.
Solus has shoved meat.
This means something different.
Solus has shoved meat into her mouth.
Yeah.
Quite
He has lifted her trunk and placed meat right in it. Just stuffed meat right in there.
Just in case anyone ever
I don't think you need to put up on God.
Just keep it up,
No, you need to have a version of that with what's it called, with the speaker.
Yeah, well,
theme.
we need to have the rotating thing.
Just put a
Just have
scroll
like
on the bottom.
that, and then
Warning, this is not. Yeah.
Just put a scroll on the bottom.
Don't do anything interesting. I'll give you 2 carrots this time. 2 tasty carrots. And I put them down on the ground.
What
Don't
piece?
do anything interesting.
Offering that to him, I'm gonna try and
Halfling's
lift some vegetables off of her.
That would have been all. She snacks while she researches,
Chop the carrots.
and
up
I've been
and
using the. Oh my
Okay.
god! I've been using them as a way to bribe the halfling.
Oh yeah, because apparently.
Yeah, I swear to God, she thinks like vegetables and tubers is their currency.
And I go find it
Here,
in the
have a
tent.
potato.
A treatise on halflings. None of this is right. This is all wrong and highly offensive.
She keeps giving them potatoes. What are the Irish?
No, these halflings
So-
are special. But I go find him.
Hey, brother.
What?
I hand him the other scroll. I think we might have another job.
Almost putting it in the stove for more kindling.
I think we need that.
Oh,
You want me to hold that for you?
yeah. That's good. Remember, don't drink it if the flames are red. Real. You want the blue flames.
All right. Well, give me some of that blue flame stuff.
He's just started making it.
What? Don't tell me you're dry already.
So, Mike, okay, actually, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. As you all gather up, how long before you all actually take the summons and head to the estate?
We'll go right away.
Did
The magic is still curing.
Get him and then head over.
Yeah.
What?
Oh well, that's good.
We have to go.
Do you have any idea how hard it is to get out of the heat in this?
Yes, I am aware. That is why I am thankful for these large ears. Let's ventilate.
Just gonna start breathing breath weapon on myself.
You can touch the wind with those ears.
Put that frost breath to use.
Hot.
Are you
Leave that
putting
be.
it in your dick?
Point to get at myself. I don't exactly have a flexible neck. It's got to go down.
Just put my arm in front of you.
Stop blowing ice on your dick. It's weird. Okay, so as you all collect
Share
up,
the cold.
once again heading into the Creole estate, walking past a different guard this time, who, without the snark of the previous one, opens the door, tips his hat to you, and allows you to come in.
Oh, I see they upgraded.
Sit down at the door, take my boots off, wipe my feet off, put my boots back on, and walk in.
He
Interesting.
does not give you guys another look. As you guys, he just kind of chewing on probably some tobacco, just kind of watching every once in a while, so, spitting the excess out.
40, clean myself. Clean, touch, word. Oh.
That one keeps staring at us.
So
No one keeps saying we have a relationship. What
we
does
do
it
have
mean?
we have a relationship.
Well, I know we have a relationship, but what does he mean by relationship?
Maybe he's misinterpreting the meat.
That happens too often.
I think he means you're relating in his shit.
I think he's misinterpreting it when I shove meat into your mouth.
Repeatedly.
You document that one as
it.
well.
Now taste it again and again and again.
It might be that you're shipping in a relay. I'm confused.
Remain confused. He's very confusing, your brother.
Yeah, it happens from time to time.
But nonetheless.
Yeah.
Why have we been so here?
I didn't read the message.
Did you read the message? Did anyone read it?
I read it. What? You just showed up and didn't even bother reading it?
You're
followed
the only
you.
one that got one?
I was going to, but it wouldn't stop spinning.
You guys are literally following
What?
the dumb one and the drunk
Take
one.
a seat. Foot, ground. I've always found that helps.
As you finally arrive at the front door, as you sit down and you start stomping your bare feet off on it, the door opens. The envoy still stands there, as you all have met before. And thank you for being prompt. It is greatly appreciated. Please follow me into the park.
Ah,
Follow.
Allows each of you in and follows behind you all. You all head to the exact same room as you did before. Unlike last time, you do not hear the sounds of conversation happening behind the door. Opening the door up, there is not the quivering and scared man who ended up running out last time after a tongue lashing from Miss Marigold Creel. Instead, you see a white-haired, nearly alabaster-skinned woman in a very elegant dress. That is yellow in color, the same color of yellow that was wrapped around your previous missives. She has a brilliant smile on her face. Her teeth are perfect. Her eyebrows appear to be plucked to perfection, but she wears no makeup upon her face at all. She raises up her gray eyes from the parchment that she is reading and waves at you all to sit in the spaces in front of her. Strangely, though, you do see a figure standing just behind her to her right. The figure is that of a tall human man, though relatively short for you two, gargantuan for you two. Describe yourself.
So I am 6 foot tall human man, chestnut brown hair. Well, and I have chestnut brown hair. Keep the accent. I know I'm trying.
Dude,
I can't. Yeah.
He's like,
just roll with
"Baby
it.
bird."
Chestnut.
Well
brown
bred.
hair.
Well dressed. Well, my beard is full beard with munchops, been missing right here in the middle. Wash it.
like the Wolverine thing.
Yeah,
gotcha.
Wolverine thing.
He's got
Mutton
chops in his
chop.
stack.
Yep. Very much.
Any noticeable weapons? What kind of clothing
Right.
are you wearing?
Long right.
Long rifle on his back. Okay.
Well,
Very.
fine clothes.
I'm sorry.
Fine clothes.
His clothes appear to be rather fine make. Those of you who've been traveling for quite some time have seen similar stylings in High Mist. The clothes are thin. They tend to be very tight to the body, as there's very high winds within High Mist. So tight-fitting and form-fitting clothing is pretty much the order of the day. He does not say anything, but do you acknowledge their presence?
I sure do.
So my beautiful wife mentioned you all helping her ever so, helpfully in her last little problem. And I was wondering if you all would be interested in doing the same for me.
I don't think you want us to do what we did for her for you.
Well-
I really don't think that that's something you're wanting.
I'm referring more to discretion and the quick and efficient work that you all did.
As I'm checking the chair that I'm sitting in for loose change. Oh, we're pretty discreet.
Yeah.
And quick. You would have no idea how quickly one can find their ancestors amongst a herd of pigs.
I'm not sure what that's referring to, but
It's
let us
just a
go
law.
ahead and press
It's
on.
just
Don't worry, they're documenting it.
So, okay. um, we have ourselves a little bit of a problem. See, with the iron rail coming on through, we'll be coming past Creole Ranch. And they're just about getting there now. So we got ourselves maybe another 6 months before the rail is ready, but we are running into a bit of problems as, well, some rather unsavory folk have been taken to attacking and raiding, and they've been targeting the Ketzer homesteads to the south of Brownwater, as well as a few other farms within the Aetha homeland, the Aetha lowlands, excuse me. I would like you all to go ahead and make sure that those detestable gentlemen are not able to cause any further problems.
We can do that. Can we borrow a wagon?
If you were in need of a wagon, we could provide something for you.
We want to look like bait. Yeah. Bait.
Oh. Good idea.
An intelligent idea.
That would be good.
Yeah, like a big, juicy jug of vodka. I mean,
We have not had word from the Kesser homesteads within the last 48 hours, so I would suggest you begin your search there. I would also like you to report on the status of what is happening within the homesteads and report back to me anything that you find. But that is secondary to the, finding these lowlifes and giving them what for. And I do have a request on a personal matter. Are any of you skilled in either, matters of the floral variety or herbology?
Oh,
Well,
No.
The
Yeah.
the violet dancer is my wife's favorite flower, and they only bloom for a few weeks a year, and big blooms coming up. So between the Kesser homesteads and the Aetha lowlands, there's a big patch. You head due east out of Kesser homesteads. If you're able to bring me back some and bring them back in good one piece, I will offer a bonus of sorts.
What was the name of that?
The Violet Dancer.
The Violet Dance.
And congratulations to you.
Do I know anything about the
Oh, well, thank you. It is a few months back, but I appreciate it. It has been a long time coming.
What do I know about the Violet Dance? I have a...
nature.
Yeah, Nathan.
Yes, I do.
Go ahead and make a roll.
Yeah, let's see what happens. I don't know.
No, my...
Yeah, I rolled low, but
Your
my
target
target.
So intelligence... I forgot that low. Plus nature, that's 9. I rolled a 6.
6, so yeah. And
Yeah, my intelligence plus that is a target's 15, but I rolled 5.
5. So you've seen the Violet Dancer. You don't really know too much about it. You wouldn't know where it would bloom if she hadn't told you. But you have seen the flower before. You know a bit more about the flower. You know it doesn't stick around very long. The cultivation process is intricate. But you have had Violet Dancers that have been able to survive for a couple of months, that have been shipped over to your old homes, your old estate within High Mist, and again they bloom for a few weeks a year, and that is it. But they will live, if tended properly, for quite some time.
So then I would know how to...
You recall a conversation that a couple of servants had of what they had to do to make them survive. Now, if the numbers are right, there's about a dozen of these malicious gentlemen. So I wanted to offer you the services of one of my raconteurs that constantly help me out, like you all helped out Marigold. This here is Reginald Habersham.
Hello, Mr. Fancy Pants.
Much pleasure to meet all of you.
They are rather fancy, aren't they?
They sure are. We pay
Very
good money. for them.
tight.
Hmm.
Very tight pants.
So,
It is.
Are you gonna document that too in like one of those books that he
He
reads?
pulls out a ruler.
No. No. It's a human. It's not as interesting.
So I would very much appreciate it, as this is a bit of a time-sensitive matter. I understand that Lady Marigold had told you the same because there was a sale that needed to go through, which is still currently pending. But this is a matter of life and death. I do not wish to see, well, the people that we are meant to protect within the Kessler homesteads to suffer any more than is necessary. And especially those in the Eighth Lowlands, even though they have shirked our protection before, I would like to extend them the olive branch by offering protection and retribution by your hand.
Ah, all right. Well, we'll fill up that wagon there and get on out.
Do we have an agreement?
I
You should.
hate to be the monetarily minded sort, but
Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. You're right. I hadn't even thought of that. I'm not big on matters of the coin. What would you typically be paid for something like this?
Well, Marigold paid us 300 apiece.
Yeah, but that was directly because that sale was going to fetch quite a bit more than that. This is more of a, well, what are your lives worth? That's the real question.
Oh yeah, you're more right. 600 apiece.
She
Wow.
just kind of smiles. She gives you a dazzling smile, and I
You
think
walked
that's
right
a
into that.
bit on the high side. How about this? I'll offer you 100 gold pieces each, or 100 notes each. You bring back the flowers. I'll offer another, well, her favorite flower. I'll offer you another 50 notes for that.
what about a tent-sized piece of land? It's not coin.
Would not be able to do that. That's going to be quite a bit more than 600 apiece.
Uh,
Gotta ask.
Hmm.
I don't know.
Right now, if you're looking at real estate, I would actually head on over to the sheriff's estate, speak with him. Wolverith has been the one taking care of all of the land purchases over the last few months, and he's been doing one hell of a job.
Hmm.
So if you're looking for a plot of land, he'd be the one to talk to.
I guess we're good then.
So,
Wagon?
I will have my man there, Hemsley, go ahead and have a wagon procured for you. Would you like a small wagon or a larger wagon?
Large. Definitely large.
Then I will supply the wagon and the auroch for you, but if the auroch is not returned, I will have to deduct the pay from you, that out of your pay.
We'll just hook her up to it.
That's
we could hook you up to it.
And we wouldn't go very fast.
No,
We're
it
very
wouldn't,
far.
but you know,
She doesn't look like an Auroch. She looks like
he's stronger than I am.
a
I do
Picks me
have
up all the
one
time.
question though. Do you have a map of the surrounding area? I'm quite new to this area.
Well, I do. And she points at, she has basically this map up on her wall. Yeah, I believe that map there is going to be the most current. If you want to take one with you, then I think I have something in a drawer around here. Marigold, always big on maps, and she starts opening up a bunch of different drawers and stuff. Finally, she pulls one out. She's like, this one's just about a year old or so, so you can go ahead and hold on to this one.
All right, I'll take it and make some changes to it.
Okay. And it's basically like mainly where the rail's coming out. You see Brownwater's expanded just a little bit on the map. The Eighth Lowlands there's nothing on there, but the Kessler homesteads have a few more notations of various families that are currently living there.
Goes down and yeah. And I know the general area where we're going to be.
Yep. It is just to the south of Brownwater, at least to start the search.
All right, let's.
Should we be heading off then?
Yes.
Now, you all know my name. My name is Reginald Haversham. You can call me Reggie. But I am afraid I do not know any of all of you.
I'm Carwin.
Carl.
That's my
didn't-
brother.
I'm Carwin's brother.
I'm sure you
Also
have
known as Brother of Carwin.
This is how it is.
They're an odd couple.
Yes.
You don't know their names as well. Wow.
They're an odd set too.
My
Yeah, I haven't
brother's
seen,
name.
what are you, Loxodon?
Yes.
And he likes to shove his meat in her mouth.
Hmm.
It happens every so
Gets
often.
in there real deep too.
Well, for a healthy
Well-
Also
relationship.
picks me up occasionally because he's
I'm a-
stronger than me.
I must admit, I don't know much of your species anatomy, but I'm sure.
What
Well,
does my
I'm sure
anatomy
we'll-
have to do with anything?
I don't really want to know
Further
their
into-
anatomy. I'm
Like
not
the wise man once said, we're going to learn today.
We will learn today.
Where the lizard put the carrot.
Oh,
Hide the carrot with the lid. He's like a bearded dragon.
oh
The
no!
carrot, only for a second.
The lizard and the pachyderm hid the carrot.
All right, so what are y'all doing?
Pack up the tent and the still.
Why are we taking your distillery?
Someone might steal it.
So you all help him lift his still up into the wagon.
Oh, I can't lift that.
I'm afraid.
Yeah, but the problem is, if we're big, they might steal that.
Come on, help me lift it.
I will be taking this.
Because it might get stolen and it's very important and valuable to
You are correct. It makes
If it takes me
perfect
to lift
bait.
it, I honestly don't see who's going to steal it.
It-
Hold up.
One of you, 4 regular people. They're expensive.
We could use this though. Well,
Huh?
make a great bait.
Come on, put it in. We'll look like settlers. We can put a pretty floral bonnet on my brother.
I could do that one.
I swear on my
Brother.
pretty, on my pretty floral bonnet.
So I just happen to have one right here. Why do you have that? No question.
At this moment, he starts taking out a book and scribbling in it.
You won't
Better let me.
regret.
Better let me.
Better
try
let
it.
me- You won't regret. Be sorry about it. I'll make dinner.
Better let me
It'll
try
be
some of
veg-
your paprika alcohol.
What?
Vegetarian.
Lifting, lifty, lifty.
You do know
Okay.
that means
You
no.
guys don't need to roll. If the two of you work together in tandem, you can get it pretty well easily loaded up into the back of the wagon. She has supplied what looks to be a rather
Well, I'm
healthy
stronger than
and
you.
young auroch.
Yeah.
It does move at a speed of 25 feet per round, so you guys will be walking about the same as you typically would with the halfling in tow.
I'll up them in the wagon and curl up around the stove.
Is it still like
Still.
rumbling and?
No.
It's a still.
It's still fermented. Like every once in a while, he has to release the gases out of it, but it's
Yeah.
How does it smell?
not good at all.
Write down the smell every time.
Did you put in there?
It's definitely smelling spicy. Like as soon as you get a whiff of it, it goes straight into the back of your throat. And you're like,
Well,
A lot of paprika.
despite the temperature, I was having a bit of a cold. That just cleared them.
it's like, woo! All right.
I open up my book and start scribbling too.
You ever heard of something called a fireball?
Fireball.
Yeah,
You can't make fireball.
that needs a different smell.
Yes.
Okay.
You're the first batch. I got some cinnamon, cardamom, carrots.
So
I still got that fermented tuber. You want to try some fermented tuber?
I'm gonna be riding
That
on
sounds
the
very.
the alright or the wagon?
wagon,
I'm sure she would love
and then
that.
occasionally
No.
I'm gonna be taking pop shots at things,
Okay.
acting like I'm practicing.
Okay.
We're supposed
Trying
to.
not to spook the aurochs.
We're
Please.
supposed to.
Well, the first time you shoot, the auroch is going to take off. This thing is not bred for battle.
We're supposed to be all in.
Oops.
Okay.
I mean, it'll take off for a
Oh
moment,
my
eventually
God.
slow down, but yeah.
Yeah.
It definitely spooks you.
Yeah, just
Maybe
slow down for a little while.
No.
Perhaps
that
we
there's-
should hold off on that. Ammo is very.
I don't know that there's
valuable.
necessarily anything innocent looking about me. Unless I leave my. That's all.
I got myself a lot of ammo.
I look like a giant Jack Dragonborn, but when I put these glasses on, I'm a bitch.
Look at him. Look at my old tent. Look at him. Look at my old tent.
I'm wearing a robe. I wear a robe for a reason.
Well, you can put the hood up. We'll call you Auntie Slizzard. Auntie Lizard. Auntie Slizzard?
Unslizzard.
Auntie Slizzy.
Slizzy.
That's Auntie Slizzy.
Sliz Lizzy, that's your name now.
My name is Sol.
Oh,
Soulless.
All right,
That's your
Slizzy.
real name, not your bait name.
If you call
Why
me
do we
Sliz
need to
Lizzy,
have a bait
I'm gonna
name?
tie you to the wagon wheel.
Hey, can I take shots at you?
No.
We'll put an apple on your head.
It won't stay there for long unless you
No.
what are the names again?
I'm Carwin, and this is Rasser. Rasser?
Brother of Rasser.
Carwin.
They're very confusing.
I'm not confused.
He looks confused. But I'm Carwin's brother, Carwin. I mean, Ratster's brother, Ratster. I mean, no, I had a rat the first time.
I'm the smart one.
I'm the sneaky
Just
one.
We are in
a
trouble.
word of advice to you: never,
Yes.
ever quit cold turkey. It will kill you.
I have to agree with Soulless. Although we could document it.
This is my magical elixir.
I have to taper
It
off.
makes me faster.
It
and
makes
smarter.
me faster.
Can I see this elixir?
Here.
Ooh.
Look.
Here you go. Don't smell it first. It might clear your sinuses out.
Oh. No.
So as
I think you lost some.
as you all begin
capacity
to
of
slowly
living.
trundle out of town towards the south, as you get just a little ways away from the town, the din of everyone's moving around and living their lives on top of each other slowly begins to fade into the background, and you can hear the chirping of birds and grasshoppers jumping in the brush next to you and crickets playing their song.
I'll shoot at a bird.
By the time you all have left, it is actually just past lunch. How are you all moving? So I know you're riding in there. You're riding in the back.
We're in the grassland, right?
This isn't a grassland. It's more like a scrubland. Very, very much like El Paso Southwest kind of thing, but not quite as hot.
Oh, you got your favorite terrain.
I know. That's why I was like, hold on. Is this a grassland?
The only grasslands that are near here actually would be straight to the east in the Trackless Flats, which is no man's land.
How fast was the wagon going?
The wagon.
Double moves every round.
Let me see. It's moving normal. It'll move like 24 miles per day. So like 3 miles an hour.
And how fast when Rasser shoots at a bird?
How many times are you going to do that is the question.
Can we take the gun away after the first? No.
You gonna try?
No. We're trying to look like
No.
normal
I'm going to succeed.
We're
caravan
supposed to be stealthy.
of people.
Oh, why didn't you just say so?
Yeah,
Okay,
we're
okay.
being sneaky.
I'll put that away. Reload.
Wow, your brother really is a smart one.
Hmm?
Brother really is a smart one.
Yeah, he does. He is. Does. Something like that.
Don't let his alcohol-addled brain fool you.
How's the
I don't booze nearly as much he
The
do.
audio-
though.
how's the Twitch chat?
It's kind of empty.
Okay.
We're fine.
Just trying to keep up on it.
Mhm.
All right. So, the three of you riding on the wagon, you walking alongside. What are you doing?
I guess
Walk
I could walk.
alongside it.
Yeah, I'll walk alongside.
Righty.
In the wagon?
Getting polishing the rifle.
Okay.
That's a good idea. I should clean my little 3-gun here.
When he opens the 3-gun, you can see like bits of rust and old gunked up gun oil and everything. It doesn't look like he's cleaned it in a while.
You really need to get that taken care of.
Well, I go to a doctor every now and then.
That's not the weapon to which you would refer. But yes, you should probably get that looked at.
Oh,
Less use than the other one.
I can tell you, it's not supposed to look like cauliflower.
That's why I shoot it every now and then. Wait, which one are we talking about?
Like, I'm very confused and possibly horrified.
Possibly.
So I guess, yeah.
As you all slowly begin to trim the line, go ahead and you have the map. Roll me a survival check.
All right, so
with
that's
wisdom.
14 plus 1, so 15. That's an 8.
Okay. By your guesstimation, the Kessler homestead is around, it's a little over half a day's travel.
Well, it'll take about half a day to get there.
So we're able to stop for lunch because somebody's stomach is making really weird noises.
That's whose stomach would that be? Mm-hmm.
No. My stomach's full.
I can tell as well.
Stumble up to the back into the wagon and start pissing. I'll be empty still. No.
That's
Don't want tailwind.
I said,
Smells like asparagus.
I've observed him for days.
That is a serious medical problem. Not be making one.
asparagus.
So if it's going to take us a half a day to get there, and it's already a half a day already, we can go in there under the cover of night.
But we don't want to be stealthy. We want to be seen, but not seen for us.
Oh, yeah.
Perhaps we
Can I get the top part, the hood of my robe, and put that up so it covers the ears a little bit?
I mean, it's not the problem.
I mean, if you want, you can get your hair tied, put your ears back.
No.
You know, you know.
No, you have it
You're
covered.
very out of place.
Opens his book again. Loxodon's like the hood.
She's a beast. Of,
Like,
she's a beast of burden. Yeah, I want them.
You're horrible. I
Loxodon
can't even lift you.
are
You
a
can lift
beast
me up. You lift me up all the time.
in burden.
Except now. when I'm
Scratch,
shooting
scratch,
you
scratch. Bed.
This is true. You're horrible. See if I share anything with you now.
That's what it is.
down. Well,
Loxodon
you've got to
are
shove
beast
vegetables down my
embedded. That's what
Then
she
open
said.
your mouth.
Just like I shoved meat down yours.
Yes, it's awful.
this is very interesting.
Fair is fair. I mean,
Especially,
As
I've
you're
heard
talking,
you refer to as
Sarah.
pay. No.
Oh, God. Just open your mouth.
If we
For the
want to
carrot.
get there
If
stealthily
I
and not,
close the end of my trunk, it gets real small, and I can just get right in there.
but then you have to smell that.
She would have to smell
I would
that.
have to smell
Yes. Yes, she would.
Okay, but the anal devastation that would cause aside, as you all
Put the
move
thing
through
on.
the
it. For kids.
this is a very hilly region. There is lots, and the pathway that you take has not been carved permanently. While you guys are basically following a supply train that goes from Brownwater to the Kessler homesteads, and it does take a very winding path, trying to get at the low end of every hill, trying to make the journey as easy as possible, which does not make for a very quick journey. So after a few hours, and by the time the town of Brownwater is long since behind you, and the sun is beginning to kiss the eastern horizon, or I'm sorry, western horizon, excuse me. What are y'all going to do?
we want to.
We could set up camp.
That's what I was about to say.
Well,
We have to announce it. That way anything can hear.
I'm
They
pretty
can
sure
hear
the
you
fire
very well.
setup will do
If
that.
we just set up camp, they'll see
We
it.
should probably detach the ore from the wagon as well. If he's gonna run off, it's going to run off.
Oh,
Is it a he?
It's a boy.
I gave, I gave it its privacy. I respect it.
Dragonborn like Aurochs.
Never ever study anthropology.
No.
No, I'm writing a romance novel.
Hmm.
I
That's a weird
don't
one.
want to hear about that.
Yeah, I don't want to read that. I've never read that.
It's called The Tale of the Loxodon
Man,
and the Dragonborn.
You ever heard of a penny dreadful?
They all
Now
go-
let's chop that penny in half
Just
and then
put the-
chop it in half again.
It's a copper bit dreadful.
quarter copper bit.
A quarter in a copper bit?
Yes.
Is that how much that book would be worth?
I think you're overestimating the literary talents of my brother.
I figured it would be just a little bit too difficult to chop it down any further.
The Dragonborn just puts in a quarter.
So, I guess if you all want to make camp, I'll get to making dinner.
What are you going to make?
Vegetarian special.
This scares
Vodka.
me.
You want me to go find something?
Just start
Please.
the stove up on the back of the wagon.
Please.
Gonna-
All right.
Let me see if I
Munch on a
can
wrap
find us something to eat.
and a carrot.
And a carrot.
And apparently I am deep throating a
Oh!
carrot. Okay,
I'm gonna go
There.
off and try and
round rules.
Shoot
I did
an
not
animal.
get that.
Okay, go ahead
I was
and give
gonna
me
do
a
that.
survival check.
Well, you still can't do it the other way.
With wisdom, please.
We don't have a safe word.
That
Negative
is
goes
the
right.
safe word. There is no safe word. Is a safe word.
I don't think so.
I'm looking for a 10, and I rolled a 15.
Okay, so that's you feel badly. Okay, as you're moving
How
about,
did I?
light's starting to get kind of low, and right as you see a rabbit just begin to skitter off and run, you pull your 3-gun and go to take aim, and ground comes out beneath your right foot as your right foot falls right into a prairie dog hole.
Oh no.
Oh
Is there
no.
a prairie dog in there?
It appears to be old and not used.
Oh.
Should have been a rattlesnake hole.
At this point, go ahead and put on your leg minor injury, sprained ankle.
Now what should I do?
You know, same thing. Survival with wisdom.
Target was a 15. I rolled 17.
There's just not a whole lot of game out here. You failed, but you almost had it. There just doesn't seem to be a lot of game. And the one game that you probably had a good shot at was scared away.
Failed bet.
What's his fault? I'll head on back. Head on back.
Doesn't appear to be any fresh dinner tonight. So, by the time the two of you get back,
I'm
what have they
hungry.
been smelling the whole time you've been cooking?
Plenty of corn. We'll make
Can we smell what
Lots of corn?
Carwin is cooking?
No. Bake
Can we
the
identify what Carwin's cooking?
like a corn cake.
Okay.
Smash it up. Get a little fat. Fry it. in.
Oh, okay. I can eat that. All right.
It's, not vegetarian.
Saute it in a little bit of.
No, it's vegetarian. It's not vegan.
I'm vegan.
You said fat.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
vegetarian,
That's
not vegan.
vegetarian, not vegan.
What kind of fat?
That's not vegetarian then, actually.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at. Like, it's fat.
No,
Yeah.
vegetarians still they'll eat
They
like
won't eat
oils.
the meat, but they use
Yeah.
oils and stuff.
Yeah.
It's just like they drink milk and eat eggs.
Yeah.
It's just the vegans.
You're
are the
thinking
ones who
vegan.
go-
Like they won't do anything with any animal products.
Just eat everything. It makes life simple.
Yeah.
No.
I'm on a seafood diet. I like seafood and I
I
eat
eat
it.
Maybe fry some potatoes too.
Please don't unsubscribe.
It smells really good.
No, it's okay. After that
Roll
joke,
me
my
a
God.
well, let's go ahead and roll a cooking check.
we've got some.
Yeah, I don't have that.
That's gonna be based
No,
on
it's like, we've said so many, like, they would have left by
Targets an 11. We'll
No, but I'm just saying
seven.
that one.
No,
That
it's
one.
not bad. It's not the best meal ever, but it's not bad at all.
Do you want me to smush the potatoes for you?
No, you don't smush them before you roast them.
I
If
don't.
you wanted to smush them before I fermented them, that would. No, I already did that.
No, I don't eat everything. I once found some pig I wouldn't eat.
it
You found pig that none of us wanted to eat.
was tasted special, like.
Reminds me
As
when
the three of you sit there and
I
start
don't
eating on
wanna
the
know.
nibbling on the corn cakes. For those of you who are, you see these two arrive with this one limping a little bit.
What did you do to it?
I did nothing. He did that himself. He fell into a hole.
Did he hurt you?
He hurt me.
Here's this doll.
tell me where he's.
Show me where he got you.
He hurt me right here.
Oh my god.
Right where?
He hurt me on the tip of my penis. I never touched your penis. That's what I'm talking about.
It just feels so unused.
Remind me when we're back in.
So
I have
there
supplies
is
for
Mm-hmm.
there's not quite enough for everyone, considering you have a Dragonborn and a Loxodon who are going to
I'll
be. But there's
eat my-
enough for at least everybody to have some.
Eating
I'll make
carrots.
sure I have as much as I want.
And what is everybody else doing while this is happening? Or what are the two of you doing specifically while this is happening?
You could stand to eat more vegetables.
I finished cleaning
Deep
up my
enough
gut.
made for grinding.
They were made for tear.
Indeed.
And ripping until it is
Rip
done.
and tear.
Until it is done,
What?
sir. Until it is done.
Hey, flirting.
Loxodons like to be bitten and ripped.
I never said that.
Huh? What? I don't know what you're talking
He's
about.
only bit me a
Yeah,
couple
you know,
of times.
I kind of want to see this book when he's writing it. I want to know where this goes.
Did you like it?
No. Well, when he bit me, no, he bit my finger.
Why'd you
It
let him
was,
do it
it
again?
was
then?
recently with the carrot.
But why would you let him bite you again if you didn't like it the first time?
Well, I'm trying to get more of the carrot in his mouth.
Furiously scribbling.
This is gold!
No, it's carrots.
Carrot gold.
about
carrots.
about
24
24.
carrots. Please don't explain my
I guess we're setting
Stop.
up camp.
Anything else you guys are doing at
We're
camp?
setting up camp. Yeah, no, we're setting up camp. Let's
Yeah,
make
that's
it
fine, we're just having
look
fun.
like.
So how do we make ourselves look inviting?
Does anyone have spare clothes? We could hang it up.
Well, not my clothes, your clothes.
Why not your clothes?
Oh.
How are your clothes so different from ours, other than the fact that they are very?
Take
How
off
do
my
you
clothes.
bend?
My spare clothes.
Oh.
You know, just
They're
put
made
them
of something called lycra.
up. Just put it up on this here. I'll hang my rope. And hang my rope so it looks. Okay,
How
look, so
is
put
it
it up so it
making
looks
it-
like we're
All right.
setting up camp.
And then I go around the camp with some string, tie it to a bell.
Go ahead and roll me a. Yeah, give me a sleight of hand for that.
That dex.
This is more. This is less about your dex and more about your wisdom.
Okay, so sleight of hand with wisdom. I was looking for a 12 and I got 6.
6. So you think it'll work pretty well. It's low to the ground. They have to step on it or have to catch their foot, but you think you did a pretty good job
Yeah,
on it.
pretty good success.
I will cast dark vision. Leave on myself because that is a touch.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll do it on myself.
Touch yourself, and now you can see in the dark.
Like that.
Happens to me too.
Loxodons touch themselves in the dark
It's so I can see in
That's
the
like a
dark.
horrible game of
as they watch others.
You should actually write this down.
At the end, like the end of this mini campaign, you're like, and here is a reading of the book, and it makes no goddamn sense at all.
Not a bit.
These things better when you touch yourself.
Well, yes, that's what a spell does.
Usually when I touch myself, I just get sleepy.
How are you? Never mind. I don't want to know how you're touching yourself. I don't want
I
to
thought I
know
was
that.
about to laugh.
They call it the
No.
post-trumpet
I don't
clear.
have you touching. Oh my god.
Oh God, we're not getting anything other than that.
Powers combined!
Power combined, and we have 30 minutes in the Indian 5 hours.
Right? Oh my
Okay,
God.
so as you all set up camp, the fire from the stove is illuminating quite a bit of the surrounding area, making you a nice illuminated target. The sun has completely sunk below the horizon, and out here it does get fairly cold at night.
Not next to the stove.
I will, while they're doing all this, after everyone kind of settles down, I will go and kind of scout and see if I see any tracks of.
Go ahead and roll me another wisdom survival check, please.
Does it set off my alarm?
Oh, actually, this would be a investigation check. Excuse me.
Investigation. All
Yeah.
right. It would be intelligence.
I would let you use wisdom because this is more about you tracking than anything else.
All right. So that's a target of 15.
And the thing about this game is that the skills are not tied to certain attributes anymore. I mean, as long as you can give me a good reason why a skill and an ability score and a skill combine together, then we will roll with it.
That
Literally.
is a 5. Target 15.
Target of 15. So you succeeded just barely. There's definitely tracks along this road, and you can see where it looks like people go ride out their horses a bit and scout and come back. Doesn't seem like you're not seeing anything unusual, but this is definitely a fairly well traveled road, but not in the last few days.
Is there a place I can kind of hide to ambush? If I need to.
Yeah, you could try. You could definitely try that. There's definitely a lot of bushes and little hillocks and stuff like that you can try to hide behind.
I'll do that.
Okay. So, are you taking first watch, or are you going to be there the whole night?
It'll be the
Okay. So, are you all setting up a watch or anything like that?
Yes.
I'll take first watch.
Okay. So, I'm going to use your characters over here from left to right. So, you're Flute Boy, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, Flute Boy.
Hey, that was me.
Who's number 2?
You're number
Lock
2.
it on.
Ah, yes.
Who's number 3?
I'll take number 3.
Number 4?
I guess I'm lying.
I'm like,
And when are you watching and when are you sleeping?
I will be watching during the middle of the night.
Okay, so in between the Loxodon and that one, so between both, try to get both their ships. Okay. All right. So I would like each of you, don't pick your dice up because you're going to need to know the number on this. Roll me a perception check with wisdom and have it ready to go.
Oh, wow. I smashed that target.
Because
Oh, crit.
It's right on the I hit it directly.
oh.
not bad.
Okay. So,
No.
first watch.
Target was a 12, rolled a 9.
9. So you're sobering up. You haven't been drinking too much today, and you're not really liking the feeling. You feel that bit of a headache slowly creeping up in the back. But the cornmeal definitely helped out quite a bit. It's helped stave off some of the impending hangover. And words from a nobleman from High Mist begin to ring. I'm sorry. Words from a dragonborn from far off lands begin to ring in your ears of "Don't go cold turkey or you'll die." So pulling out your flask and drinking, a little bit, so a few sips here and there as you watch.
Everybody else asleep?
Yeah.
Pull out my magic cup and say, beer.
Okay. So
Oh,
drinking from your magic cup while watching. Your ship passes without anything really seemingly happening. You do see a silhouette on the horizon and get a little tense, but as you look closer, you realize looks like it's a coyote.
Keep an eye on it.
You begin to feel a bit drowsy and get the sense that it's now time for Retem's shift without anything happening.
Play a high note on the flute right next to your ear.
Oh,
That is ludicrously dick.
what? What? Ah.
Time to wake up.
Oh,
I'm going to sleep. Go curl up next to the stove.
Okay.
Catch that wonderful, wonderful residual heat.
Burn yourself.
No.
So
And-
target was a 16. I rolled a 17.
Okay, so
almost.
had it. Okay, so your ears ring for a little bit, and you just feel kind of upset with how you were woken up during the night, and just
Who's that?
and keep looking over at the halfling as he's just curled up like a dog on the floor next to the fireplace, but in front of the stove.
Shake my hoof. Or my little weird.
Well, you have a 3-fingered hand,
Yeah.
or 4-fingered hand.
They do?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't
It's up like a dragonborn.
like a dragon.
Yeah, you're like Dragon where you have hands, but then you have the regular elephant feet.
Ah, okay. I'm just there.
So, play roll stumps.
And what did you roll during this?
I rolled an 8, target of 16.
Okay. So you kind of open your eyes a bit, start looking around.
I
Don't
do have
really see anything, to be perfectly honest. I mean, you definitely see that the Loxodon appears to be a bit distracted, but nothing seems to come close during your shift. And near the end, right as her shift begins to end, you watch as she kind of stands up. And how do you wake up?
Rasser.
Rasser.
I'm sleeping by the stove too.
On the stove.
Dun! So the both of you kind of, huh?
Careful, that might explode.
Your ship.
I know.
Reach over, hit the pressure valve.
You go sleep by this one.
Okay.
But not too close, so they start insinuating.
Get up, go sit at the, I guess on the wagon where I can see things. Start trying to translate my notes into something,
Illegible.
Yeah, legible for the first chapter.
What was your check?
It was a 6, and I was going for an 11, so that's
Okay.
a 5.
Okay, so that's a success.
Yeah, success.
What looking around, this definitely does seem like it's pretty quiet up here. It's quiet. Nothing really seems to happen as you're watching on the same ship. I mean, the sounds of the night you can definitely hear, but I could probably have done that a long time ago, but that's okay.
It's okay. They were really active birds.
Yes, but night seems to pass. Your shift passes uneventfully. The several points you're kind of like, oh, see. All right, but nothing seems to happen. Your shift comes and goes.
I go over and poke the dragonborn with my sword, my dagger. I
Kill the deck.
oh,
You're trying to kill me quickly. That's a very bad place to poke.
that was not trying to kill you. Just trying to wake you. It's your turn.
Do not touch me in my squiggly smooch.
Tickles, good sir.
I'll remember that.
Alright.
Begin
Get
my
tickly
walk.
down there.
Okay. And what was your target number?
Target number 9. Rolled a 9.
All right. You are the only one that notices. To the south, as you all are kind of on a hill, looking down, as you head down into like an open valley is where the Kessler homesteads are at, and you're the first one to catch sight of what appears to be lights and windows. You can barely make out the silhouette of several buildings that have no lights within them, but 3 that currently do. Other than that, you don't see anything throughout the night. It is very uneventful. You don't hear anything upon the wind. You don't smell anything out of the ordinary. It is an uneventful night.
I wasted a critical success.
That's your dice.
Quickly found out that it's an enemy.
As you all begin to wake up in the morning, with your dragonborn alert, do you wake people? Do you assist with breakfast? What do you do?
Still's gonna take another beating. Not the hammerhead, because that might actually damage it. But flip it around.
So,
Wham, 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 wham.
Reach up.
so you all are woken up by a clattering of metal on metal, and then the release of a pressure valve.
Oh, damn.
My ears. Oh.
The horizon is beginning to lighten as the sun is nearing its rise. What are y'all going to do?
I'll make a little breakfast.
I'll head on over.
I'll go try and shoot another bunny.
Decant a little bit of my product.
That was a nice night. That's cool.
Today is quite hot. Much hotter than what you were expecting, as even at dawn, the temperature is beginning to rise.
I hate this place.
Is there a thing?
No.
What?
Unless that's made of ice.
It's time to make the final mark.
I'll take that.
Oh, yeah. Wait a minute. You breathe cold. Put the flask on the ground.
You see a couple of flakes of frost exit his mouth as he begins to blow on your lap.
I get chilled vodka. I'm
Breathe on me.
fancy.
I get chilled on
Like
that.
a ring. Go ahead, it's the tubers.
It doesn't
It's
taste
pretty bad.
Yeah, it feels cool going down. Out in the alcoholic
Feels
burn.
cool until it burns. Yeah.
That's that blinding moonshine right there.
So like, well, you go blind, you're left eye. That's how you know it's good.
Tricks a little bit of what alcohol.
Yeah,
Cut it with
screw the disguise. It's too hot. Robe off.
So a now loincloth and only loincloth wearing Dragonborn is holding his staff and walking next to the wagon as you all finish up your breakfast.
Breathe on
Collect
me.
up and
Why
immediately
couldn't I have
head
been a
back towards the
Firecracker.
Kessler
The
home.
Loxodon shivers. The Dragonborn breathes so ever softly.
Breathe on me.
The
Ancestors,
Loxodon
forgive me. I
shivers
wish
in
I was a red
anticipation.
dragon.
He's scribbling this and saying it out loud as you turn and just blow cold air towards the Loxodon. And the Loxodon is the most just sweaty and just, but not in his mind. In his mind, this is some Fabio bullshit going on.
If
At least you sweat.
really want to be literary about it, you can say something like, she shivers at the kiss of his breath.
You should be writing from his notes.
I don't like that.
Literary
This
prose.
has turned into a collab.
You don't have to write. Dictate.
In my usual state, the lines kind of separate.
Dictate.
Just dictate it.
Dictated, not read. Dictated,
Am
not
I
written
back
by.
with him at this point?
You leave your perch and head with them, and when the dawn begins to rise, the banging will wake you.
Oh, I really hope that you are like most other reptiles.
How's that?
Sheathed.
Well, where the Lord-
Say what?
I really don't-
You got underwear.
You
know
want to ruin your whole.
The man
It's not really
peering
much
down
room.
from above watches this happen.
He
So
has
as
a
you all
right
begin to
idea.
make your way
With
towards the
interest.
Kessler homestead, it's about a 2-hour walk from where you all stand now. The Auroch now once again lashed to the wagon and slowly trundling along. The birds in the sky, the grasshoppers in the field, and other insects that you do not know the name of that scuttle and scurry nearby. Time passes as it did the previous day, rather boring and with not really anything happening until clearly coming into view after you pass around a rather large hill. You see what appears to be a scattering of about a dozen farms, each of them having their own kind of barn in a cookie cutter style way, almost like they're all identical copies of each other, that dot the plain of this valley before you. Where it looks like your path leads out, there is a small collection of 3 buildings that saw a gunfight not too long ago, but has been cleaned up since then.
Hey, brother,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go sneak around the flank.
Why?
Catch anyone else off guard.
You gonna ambush the farmers?
No, no, no.
Hijack their tubers?
Don't
I
judge
don't
me.
know if we need any more of your tuber shine.
No, no, I'm not here for violence or
Who's
stealing.
Taking off the robe.
Guys, guys,
The
She's got
Loxodon
underwear.
disrobes.
Got a broad pants. You heard me.
everybody getting naked. Why is everybody getting naked?
It's hot. I shake the ears.
The group
Shake
now
yours
is
out.
completely naked.
Are you taking off your clothes?
Huh? What? No, no, no. I'm talking about the book.
Oh, okay. I was
Yes.
like,
Pull the wagon into the middle of the homesteads.
Okay. As you all begin to make your way down, you'll have to pass directly past these 3 buildings.
I will drop off and go around the other side of the book.
One of them appears to be some kind of warehouse, perhaps where supplies are kept. You're not entirely sure, but it is much larger than the other 2 buildings. One appears to be a typical farmstead home, probably a guard shack of some kind. The other is a slightly larger building, Everybody go to roll a perception check, please.
I would have attempted to jump off though and
Oh, yeah,
go up, sneak
I
around
love
back.
being a halfling.
No, that's
Perception is wisdom, right?
It is.
Yay!
Target 16, roll the 9.
Okay.
Target 16 rolled a 15.
target 9, 13.
Target 10 rolled a 16. That's a fail badly.
Target was a 12 and rolled a 9.
Okay. So success, 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 and almost
Target
like
nine.
Almost perfect.
almost
Yeah.
perfect.
Rolled a target 9. He rolled a 13.
Okay, so fail.
Yeah.
But almost perfect.
Almost.
So, and you guys can tell me that way too. You
Yeah.
can tell me. You can give me the.
Almost
Yep.
perfection.
So almost perfect. There does appear to be a pair of people who are standing at the guard shack who have taken notice of you heading in their direction, and they are both standing in the shade, but by the door, just almost out of sight. You just barely managed to catch them. You basically saw one of them ratchet a latch gun and put it on his shoulder. That was what drew
Do they
your eye.
smell any particular?
I mean, they're
other
way
than-
too far away to smell.
Well,
Especially because you guys are traveling downwind.
oh, okay.
So, Solus, what is
They're down
story?
So she's probably catching the charcoal and fermenting smell.
They probably are. Go ahead and roll your stealth check.
It-
If we're going with dexterity with that one, that is a perfect.
A perfect. All right.
18.
So a critical success. A target number. Okay. You managed to jump off just moments before you would have been in their line of sight. Begin to follow just around these hills. The hills are getting smaller and smaller and smaller. But that doesn't really affect you, as you're rather small for a halfling as it is, and are able to skirt around these and get up to where you are stone's throw, maybe 15, 20 feet away from this guard shack, and they are not looking in your direction. They are simply looking up this embankment as they are slowly coming down.
Can I kind of gauge their intentions?
Go ahead and roll me an insight check with
Roll low. Oh, well, that's not too bad. Going for a 10 and I got a 5.
okay.
Success.
It's hard to tell, but they definitely appear to be on edge. You can almost see the tension like just in them as they're watching. They're both, one of them has a 6-gun that he's literally holding on to but has his arms crossed. The other one has this latch gun right here. But as they draw ever closer, he drops into his other hand. And while they don't look like they're hostile, they definitely look like they're ready for anything.
I'm going to keep watching.
Okay. So, as you all make your way, getting down just at the bottom, it's about 60 feet from the bottom of this hill to this guard shack. And after it kind of rolls a bit, you have the one who has his arms crossed, pulls out his left hand and goes, "Oh!" and steps off the porch and begins walking in your direction.
How do you do, sir?
A hot one. What can I do for you folks?
Very high.
We came to check on the Kessler homesteads and hunt bandits.
And
Okay.
who gave you the authority to do that?
I think it was my mom. No, it was definitely your mama.
We have a missive.
We have.
Go ahead.
Oh, that's cocked.
You cooked it up?
Ooh, that's
Just like my speech.
insight.
Yep.
One. That'd be wisdom 15. I rolled a 12, so that's almost perfect.
Okay. They're tense and they look like they're a bit afraid. They're definitely on edge. And looking at them, looks like they've both been put through the ringer a bit. You can see one of them, he's got a fading bruise that's finally turning to purple and slowly beginning to fade away on his face. And he has what you can see a bandage wrapped around the bottom of his neck that you can see dry blood on.
It seems like you lot have been in trouble recently.
He's about to retort to you about the mother comment. And he we've had a spot of bother.
Well, we're here to help.
Under whose direction?
Get out the missive.
He looks at the seal on it. Well, mighty happy to see you folks.
Because it wasn't his mother after all.
No?
Happen to know where they are. Would save us a lot of trouble.
My mother's dead, you asshole.
My condolences. I didn't know.
Are we gonna keep sneaking around the building?
Okay. You can, as they're both distracted, you can still come around to the back of the guard shack.
One, I'm not going that way anymore. I'm going in deeper because everything's all cool. over
Just
there.
trying to pass them up.
Yeah.
These houses are, or these farms are like half a mile to a mile away from each other, just so you know. And it is like clear ground between them until you get to the crops. Some of them grow corn, some of them grow wheat, some of them grow, various vegetables.
Am
Tries
I
to pretend to be-
shorter than the wheat?
Oh yeah, you're shorter than most of the things that aren't, like strawberry bushes and stuff like that.
Cabbage, strawberry,
Sure.
But I mean-
or
Basically, what I'm getting at is it's going to be a long time
Oh,
sneaking,
you know what?
and you're going to be out of cover for a long period of time.
Then I'll go up to the guard shack.
Okay.
Sneak up to it.
now. Seeing as you know why we're here and with whose authority we're here, perhaps maybe some information about what we're facing exactly and where they are from. Where the attack.
Well, the Olors were the last ones attacked, and they're on the southeast side of the homesteads. Nice family, just moved in after, rather dangerous affair going on about a year ago. They given a bad hand that was dealt to them, and they turned around and were making the best of it. So it was tough to see them suffer. So they got away without any of them being killed, but just about all their savings and almost all their earthly possessions were taken.
Southwest. Okay,
Southeast.
Southeast.
Why don't we go down over there and take a
Uh,
look?
if you walk with me, I can point them out to you. And he starts walking around the guard shack, gets to the point where he has a clear view. Still has to notice you as he kind of walks around this way. You see him and you can duck back if you want to, or you can just stand there.
I would actually kind of, reach into his pocket.
So you're gonna. Well, I mean, you're here.
Oh, okay.
He's here coming around to look this way.
Yeah,
So
you know
don't
what?
go take this pocket. You have to walk in front of him, or walk all the way around in front of the other guy.
Okay, I'll duck back or duck into the guard shack if possible.
There's only one door.
Oh, okay then.
These are old school buildings. Like, they ain't no back door here. Building's like a little 20-foot by 20-foot cube, basically.
Ah,
It's very easy for buildings.
Mm-hmm. But he points it out and be that one there. You can see they're growing pumpkins out there. Some reason now, since a year back, only thing that'll grow out there is really hardy stuff. Only thing they've been able to get to take root is pumpkins, but you got quite a patch.
Much obliged.
Start the wagon headed that way.
I'll walk with you. You go. So, Garrett
You
looks
remember
back
Nina?
and yeah, boss. Stay here. Keep an eye out. I'm gonna go with them and let the Olors know that they ain't a threat. He's like, all right, boss. And he just kind of keeps looking. You see now he puts the lashkin kind of back on his shoulder and kind of relaxes. Puts his back up against the porch wall and just kind of like looks around.
is there a way to get in without him seeing me?
I mean, he's right next to the door. Like you have the porch. You've seen these type of buildings before. It's the covered porch. Doors right in the center of the building, and it's just a little 20-foot by 20-foot.
No window?
There's one window. There it is. Slatted window, no glass.
Can I fit through that?
You can try.
Yeah, I'd like to try.
Stuck
Okay.
in a window like Winnie the Pooh.
It would
So
be
we'll get to that in
hilarious.
just a minute. So
Full
as
on Winnie the Pooh.
he's walking with you, people around here call me Deputy Brown.
Deputy Brown, it is very hot.
It is indeed. It's
Thick in the
Oh.
ears.
only gonna get hot. But
Why do they call you Deputy Brown?
well, because my last name's Brown, and
First name.
I'm not too familiar with you.
My
sir.
first name is Carl.
Well, Carwin, my first name is Carl.
Nice to meet you, Carl Brown. Yeah, I'd rather be called Deputy Brown than Deputy Carl.
Well, I don't really. Are you drunk?
Don't
Not
mind
yet,
him.
but it's early.
All right.
Don't
Well,
mind.
Want a drink?
I wouldn't worry about him.
I would be careful.
hey,
Oh,
take some.
Oh,
Take smelling. Woo! Use this for cleaning your gun now. Yeah. Take the swig and
There's a thought.
hands it back.
I don't really like guns very much.
Well, you wanted them. What do they call that?
passive.
Pacifist.
Now,
No.
just after 2 or 3 of these, the front sight turns into 2, and I start weaving. It don't
Yeah.
work too good.
That's probably for the best.
Well, then I'm glad you seem to be unarmed.
Yep, I'm just a
Me.
flute player.
Oh, he has two
Definitely.
arms. But
Looks
Well, you are definitely an odd sight. Don't see too many of your kind around here. No offense, man.
She's a pachyderm.
Pachyderm. That's what they call your people.
no.
Me.
Loxodon.
that would be a technical term.
Loxodon. Okay.
Loxodons are pachyderms. But not
And-
all
and your name?
pachyderms are loxodons.
And he goes. And your name?
surprisingly well.
Miss?
Ratem.
Okay. Miss Ratam. It's very nice to meet you.
Very nice to meet you too, and my partner.
What do you say like that?
Phyllis. You guys always.
I didn't
Oh,
say
sure.
nothing.
Greetings.
You come from the same place that Sheriff Woolworth come from?
He's the sheriff of Brownwater.
Who? I've never met him. Where does he
I
come
heard he's a
from?
dragonborn.
He is, but he's got like golden scales.
I'm from farther north.
Ah, gotcha. I know that you all don't look alike, and you're all not family. I was just wondering. I mean, you're the second Dragonborn I've ever seen after Sheriff Woolworth. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
They
fair.
both are
Fair
very
enough.
around these parts.
Now the Olars, they are good folk. The father, Bry, he's a good man. He's a good man. I definitely do the talking to him. His wife and daughter, they suffer from the social shakes, I think is what they called it. They don't really like talking to people too much.
Shame, really.
Social.
But I would definitely talk to Bry. He's a bit beat up, but he's a toughin'. He may not be much of a fighter, but they put the boots to him something fierce, and he still out there working the patch.
So what happened to make it so only pumpkins take to the soil?
They said they don't know.
I mean, there was some unpleasantness that happened at that homestead about a year back.
Mhm.
I mean, you're not gossips, are you?
Oh no.
I usually forget what people tell me.
I believe that, and I appreciate that. Well, we had some other mercenary types come a year back because we were having some issues. Apparently, some of the guards and my former captain, he found out that some of his men were taking a little off the top and involved in some kidnappings.
Kidnap.
Yep. And they were sent out to root around and figure out who it was. And we thought it was some wildebeest who was coming out from the trackless flats. And you know how these are, the damn savages.
They
But
sure are.
it wasn't them. It would happen to be some men I thought that were my friends at one point. But turned out I was wrong about that. And well, these was dealt with, and we've been a bit on the short-handed side ever since. We did get a fresh crop of people, but had some other bandits come on through. These ones true and proper bandits. Killed a couple of the guards, roughed up some people, and they've robbed 3 different homesteads. And Olars are most recent victims. Seem to happen every few days, and the Olars were the day before yesterday, so they probably dues back just about any time now.
Is there a certain pattern to all
I mean, there's a reason they called it U-Alls instead of having me and mine kind of come out here and get it. I'm good at spotting things. I got eyes of a hawk. I saw you all coming out last night. I saw where you made camp, but I mean, I'm not not much of a trigger man, if you know what I'm saying. So I understand why they brought you on. You know, I'm just as much of a guard man as I am like a manager of these estates. Make sure fertilizer gets where it needs to go, and food gets where it needs to go, and you know shipments make it back to Brownwater, things like that.
Are they just robbing folks, or are they
I mean,
they're kill?
well, the thing is, ever since Alyssa and the Creels and the Kessers took up together and started running the family, Kessers they've been paying a lot better here in the homesteads. I think the Creels are a damn good influence on them Kessers, and well, that's definitely a prime target. You know, you go from making yourself about 20 ducats a year to now you're making about 5 ducats a month, you know, on top of, you know, free room and free board and free food and everything else. Like, that definitely draws them in.
That seems like a lot of work for 20 ducats.
I mean, it's them's farmers. I mean, you all get paid well because you do dangerous work. Farmers out here, you know, they used to basically be nothing but slaves. You basically work the land, you know, get paid with food, you know, just have a place so to stay, a roof over your head. Now they actually making, you know, more than 2 bits to rub together, and how bandits are coming through.
Well, hopefully we can deal with the bandits.
Yeah, just to be thorough. How many other steads have been hit and in what directions?
It'd be the 3 steads that it was Olar's were last. He points at another one that there's one between it and the Olars, and then there's another one there. He's like, those 2 over there have been hit. That one near the closest to the hills, they actually got hit pretty bad. They actually killed the boy. He decided he was gonna let them just come in and do whatever they wanted. They shot him right through the head, killed him just a second. Ever since then, no one's been trying to stand up or defend themselves. They just kind of roll over and let them do as they please.
Well,
In what direction are those around the clock?
They'd be straight. If you look at the map here, they'd be basically that house right there was the first one hit, and then that house there was the last one hit.
They're
And
going
that they're always heading out
they're
to the east.
They're on the eastern side.
Yeah, they're all hitting out to the east. I mean, western side, like, yes, these bandits, and from, I mean, not many of the people are really good at counting too much, but, you know, excuse me, he's a learned man, and he told me there was at least half a dozen of them.
half a dozen.
Let's hope he's not which direction they're in.
Is there a
They go into the east. They apparently make their way somewhere, and they eat the lowlands. It's a place that likes to flood a lot when we get the rains, and it's a fairly dangerous area out there. Usually recommend people stay away from it, but I mean, it's a good place to make camp. You have all these little lakes that constantly form and evaporate as it gets hot, and then storms come in at least once a month to fill them back up.
it's water?
Later.
Now, this is about as far as I can go, and keep on walking with you at this point for about 10 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and head on back. I don't really like leaving the boy. You know, you got me talking about the bandits out there. It's got me a bit on edge. But you tell Bry, you show him that missive, and he'll help you right good. You know, he'll be a hospitable host.
But the violet dancer, you said it was due east for me?
Yeah, the violet dancers grow on the outskirts of the Aetha lowlands. They need a lot of water in order to grow and bloom properly.
Do we have the equipment to?
You can definitely try to fabricate something. Okay, so at this point, I would like you to go ahead and make your stealth check. Now, you're trying to wiggle through a space that is not meant for you. It can fit your head, and your shoulders are going to have to kind of squeeze as close as you can to kind of like slither like a snake into this thing, and then try to drop without making too much noise.
Oh, wow.
So that is going to give you a -6. To go ahead and roll against your new target number.
which is 12. How's a 1?
So it's a success,
It's a
but
success.
let me
Just
roll.
barely.
Yep. Now let me go ahead and roll his perception. Well, that is over his target number. He, as you come in, you make a bit of a thud as you hit the ground, but you don't hear any shifting coming up from outside. The doors are wide open. It's pretty dark in here with you coming in through the only window. Takes a second for your eyes to adjust, but it is basically what appears to be a modified guard shack. There's a couple of beds. There's a small cell that looks like it could fit 1 or 2 people if you really crammed them in over on the side that they could be locked up if they needed to be. A bit of breakfast or 30 plates that are still on the table from the breakfast they ate this morning. But it's pretty unremarkable here.
Nothing out of the ordinary looking in there?
You're going to roll me an investigation check with intelligence.
With intelligence. Intelligence is 9. I have investigation 1, so that's a 10. That's a 1. So that's a
At
success.
least Paul's
So-
dice should prefer to the same as you.
So looking around, something does catch your eye, and you can see what appears to be underneath. Like you have the bed set up against the wall, and they're set up head to head. Okay, they're pretty ratty. While they don't look lice infested or anything like that, it's a old, it's a typical rope bed. They got ropes kind of pulled side, and they throw a mattress on top of it, made of straw or feathers, and lay on top of that. You can see there is what looks to be a piece of thick parchment that is under one of the pillows that's just barely peeking out the side.
Let me go look at it.
Pull it out, and you have to move into the other side of the room to actually get some light on this to be able to read what it says. And you do so?
I do.
Okay. It looks to be a writ of permission that is bestowing the rank of deputy on one Deputy Brown. I should say Deputy Carl Brown. It does have the seal, and you recognize now the symbol of the town of Brownwater, and a scroll that takes a bit to figure out what it actually says, but you think it's got 2 scrolls on it. Excuse me. One is very fine and elegant, almost feminine in its signature, and it is the signature of Ma Kesser. The other signature is scratchy. Looks like they just kind of whatever, but you almost can see like a W at the beginning and an H at the end.
Put it back.
Okay, that's pretty much all that it looks like it's here. It looks like this isn't a living space. This is just where they sleep in between shifts.
I kind of casually walk out and be like,
I'll walk right off the door.
You're right at the door. I see you're doing your job well.
And he takes the latch gun and ratchets again. A round flies out, and he just turns around and points the gun again. What are you doing?
I was just testing to see how.
Son, where is your father?
In that wagon that just drove by.
Little one, you better get back to your. If your pa don't give you a whooping, I'm gonna give you one for him.
All right. And I scamper off.
God damn, son, of a bitch. Woo, I gotta change my fucking shorts.
You didn't notice anything.
That's himself.
As you begin to scamper towards the wagon, after a few minutes, you cross paths with the other deputy that's kind of giving you this strange look as you just run on past.
Tell him to wake up.
And keeps going, and you can just hear at the edge of your vision, or at the edge of your hearing, just as you're getting out of range, you hear the young one look around and go, "Did you see that leprechaun run by?" And we're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna go ahead and go to the bathroom. We're gonna get ourselves some drinks and some snacks and all that good stuff. We will be right back. We still got some more stuff to go through tonight, so stay with us. Sorry about that. I needed to get some food in me, so that way I can make it to the end of this.
Plus a
And
few
I
other things.
don't have a random dragonborn that shoves meat into my mouth, so I had to do it the old-fashioned
I'll work on that.
He had a random cast member shove meat into his mouth.
well, but
Looks
I,
like
didn't,
it.
but I didn't chew and swallow.
You got swallowed.
You're
I
gonna expect a
followed
little
something.
big bearded dragon to shove me into his mouth? Is that what you're doing?
No, you're leaving our.
But
dragon
we're gonna get back to it. Again, we've had some people coming in and leaving. If you guys like what you see, definitely please subscribe to the channel. Leave a like on the video. Leave a comment. We've already got a few comments today. For some reason, I don't know why, but both Twitch and YouTube do not count live views and put those in with the other views, which really sucks. But we really appreciate the live views and being able to interact with you guys, which is really, really fun. So definitely love doing that. But we got a little bit more that we can do tonight. A lot of us have to work early in the morning, so we're going to push through as far as we can into this, okay? So, picking back up with your all's wagon slowly rolling to a stop just outside the pumpkin patch that dominates the area outside of Olar. The Olars, excuse me. As your wagon makes quite a bit of noise, and so does your Auroch, the man, you see him stand up from the middle of the pumpkin patch, kind of wearily and holding his side as he does, shields his eyes with his hand to look over at you, and then comes out of the pumpkin patch, comes back around, and sits at the edge of it, waiting for you all to approach. And he's got a trowel in his hand, and he's gripping it kind of hard, but he still nods you all in your all's direction. Howdy.
Hello.
Rye, is it?
Right.
It is Bry. And you folks are?
Carwin. And that's Reggie. And that's the pachyderm. And that's the lizard.
We're here to help you with the bandit.
Yes.
Need any information that you can give us about them?
You have a rig right here as well.
That'd be great if I could. He looks at the seal of it and hands it back, and I appreciate you all coming down. I wish you were here a few days ago. What do you want to know?
Where they went.
Where they came from.
How many there are.
What
What they look like.
Couldn't tell you where they came from. They came quiet, in the dead of night. It was probably 2 bells. They came in swift and silent. I only woke up because my daughter started screaming. I ran out and they hit me and dragged me outside and put the boots to me pretty good. But I managed to fight them off enough to keep them away from my wife and daughter, and I paid a bit for that. But they took our savings that we've been saving up since even before we came to the homesteads. Considerable loss.
Mhm.
How considerable.
$200.
That's a lot of notes.
200 notes.
That's a lot of notes.
I don't know.
I like notes.
Did your daughter happen to get a good look at any of them?
She told me she did. Says they were sun-kissed quite a bit. Humans, a lot. Definitely seemed like they've been hanging out in the wilds for quite some time. They were rather ratty looking, but they had their weapons sure were sharp. Their guns shot just fine.
Well, if you point which way they went, we'll go look for some tracks.
I kept the area clear. I got a couple of cows myself, but kept them away from the area. So I figured hopefully Wolver would send someone, and I'm glad he has.
Mind if we leave this wagon in Aurochs here?
I wouldn't have a problem with that.
Okay.
Is that still in the back?
Yes,
That
it is.
still back.
I don't mind if you leave the wagon here, but if you can park it far, good ways away from the house, please.
What's wrong with my still?
It could blow up.
It's
Yeah,
stinky.
they do have a tendency to.
I didn't even light it today. There's no pressure on it.
They keep banging on it though.
Well, I would feel my wife would feel much better if it was just a bit of ways from the house. Ain't nobody gonna be able to steal unless those bandits come back.
His wife doesn't like drinking.
Yeah, is there problems with the drink? Were true.
I think she's
Oh,
far more
you heard
concerned
that?
about holes being blown in her wall.
That'd be about it.
Why you bang on my still?
I would like each of you to
Very
go
good,
ahead and roll for me a perception, please.
Nope. That's the hardest of notes.
16.
Oh, okay.
Just barely.
Pretty good. Pretty good though. Failed badly.
Intelligence
Almost
based?
Matter of fact, that was a crit failure.
Okay.
That was 7.
Intel based?
Oh, wow.
Wisdom.
Wisdom.
Roll
Oh,
the
That's
20.
an 8 plus. No, it's a 17.
that is a success.
That's just.
No,
Okay.
it laid.
Oh, so mine is near perfect. I rolled a 15 and I need a
Just
16.
barely.
Just barely? Okay. All of you, except for the Dragonborn, who is taken with the beating this man took. He is black and blue. He is bruised up quite a bit. You can see his elbow looks like it's still in a sling, but he still is constantly using his arms and then just lays it back in the sling. Looks like he's not ready to take a day off for anything. Definitely took quite a bit of damage. Same time, the rest of you do notice these are tumblestone houses, all of these. Okay, so the winds in this area can pick up pretty bad, and there can be quite a bit of rain. Okay, now this area isn't as bad because it is still sloped slowly downwards, headed toward the lowlands. But still, rain, wind, you need some tough stuff. Thing is, the back of this building looks like it's made of wood, not planks of wood. It almost looks like the wood grew over and through the stone in a very odd way.
That's unusual.
You live here long?
Oh, going on a year.
So,
About 9 months. Yeah, thereabouts.
You grow that tree back there?
There's no trees around.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was like, oh.
interesting structure to the side.
Yeah, I get asked about that a lot. Not really sure how they made it, but sure is strong. Believe it or not, that's probably the strongest side of the house.
Good to know.
You two should maybe document that.
I was going to examine it. I will take a closer look at that.
Go ahead and roll me an investigation check with intelligence, please.
Yeah,
I'll
don't have
assist
investigation.
if that helps it out.
You can assist.
I
You
will
would roll with
assist you.
advantage.
Carwin and I are going to go scout out.
I'll try that out as well.
Ah, one above 14, you cheeky motherfucker. That's a 9. That's the good
9?
number.
Okay.
Target number 14. So
This definitely it connects to the ground, but you can see the edges of roots already that aren't buried beneath the surface. Looking at it, I mean, the structure itself is strong. Like pushing against it, there is no give whatsoever. I mean, it is very strong. But oddly, it looks as if it changed the bricks into wood.
still like petrified wood?
Or
Living petrified wood? Yeah, it's not petrified. So.
That's very odd.
Like ironwood. And then some.
I mean, it sounds like wood. Thick, but it sounds like wood.
Take it. Yeah, I don't think we have anything that can go through that.
I mean, I'll try to break off something.
Good luck.
There seems to be bark bits of bark on it. It's almost like the bark is in spots, almost like fur growing on a mangy animal style. But you can flake off a few pieces of the bark and keep it.
Yeah.
And the two of you go to scout.
I will go with it.
Okay. So head towards the tracks.
I'll help out
Good
right now.
for later.
Okay. So go ahead and roll me a wisdom survival with advantage.
So let's one says 15. Oh, so target 15 or 11, so that's success.
Success. Okay. So looking around, yeah, this place looks like it's seen quite a bit of tracks. You could definitely tell there were some people on horseback that were moving around, and then there were people that got off their horseback, came up on foot. You can still see some spots of blood on the ground from where they definitely put the boots to old Brie pretty hard. But they must have no fear of reprisals because you have a very clear path of tracks leading east.
We got a path. Come on, y'all. Let's go get them.
Hmm.
You got them?
No,
Yeah,
exactly
yeah.
where they're
You got
going as well. We can set up an ambush for them or find them, and well,
Ambush them at their next target.
Change
Would
your
it
mind.
likely
Yeah.
to be that house that's untouched in between the two that got hit?
Or we could go get them at their camp when they're not ready.
change my.
We could start running now.
Sounds
Yeah.
good to me.
All right.
It's still early morning at this point.
They probably sleep late if they're up late at night.
Let's track them
That
down.
is true.
So we can bang on their still and wake them up.
Sorry, I
He's like,
bet
everybody's
you're
got
still.
Perhaps we can.
It's a sensitive and temperamental instrument
And
designed
it
to bring
makes a-
joy to the masses,
And it makes a very good alarm.
It sure does.
especially if you make it blow up.
We got another restock of paints. Good. All the red paints came in.
I guess we're tracking and heading that way.
Okay. With your current check, you can follow these tracks fairly well. You get to a point, and you all are traveling together, correct?
Hmm.
Okay. You get to a point about half a mile away from the Kessler homestead that looks like tracks have converged onto this point. It seems to be where they meet here. They kind of go out, and you can see some of the tracks are days old. A couple of them are just barely there. Like the wind and everything else is rubbed them almost completely away. But you can see some of the deeper Yolkep prints that have survived over the last probably 5-6 days.
I'll follow those in.
Oh, I mean, they all converge in that, and they're headed that.
Okay.
But looking, turning around and looking now that the Kessler homestead's a ways off, you can see some of these lead straight to these other houses.
That's where they break off their party.
Yeah. As you all continue on your way, how are you all moving? You guys are getting to the point where, while it is a gentle slope downward, there is shrubs and grass. There's some cacti and stuff like that. There's not a whole lot of cover. Every once in a while, you'll run into scree falls, areas of loose rock that extend between 15 to 100 feet long and anywhere from 30 to 60 feet wide. The tracks will circumvent these things, but it is still steadily going down.
Mm-hmm. You two flank off to the side since you're the only one's going to be getting any cover out here. Let them focus on me. And
There's plenty of cover. You're right there.
you really want to
right
be
there.
hiding behind
That one's kind of tough.
If you really want to hide behind me, which I would suggest,
I mean, that loincloth's getting a little wrapped, but I hide behind the pachyderm.
I'll have you know I keep myself very clean.
Sure.
It does, and
Would you like me to scenes and show you?
The Dragonborn cleanses himself every night in front of the Lexodon.
you cleanse me too.
In the bath.
Why did I say
They spend the
that?
night.
I do often wonder.
Scenes of bridges from Madison County.
Would you like a shovel? We can make the grave digging a little more literal. It would accomplish more.
I shall use the mobile cover
Okay.
as the other monk.
I'll play golf too.
You all continue to make your way down this it's not super steep. It's a lower grade, but it's not too bad. You're not at risk of like slipping and falling too much. Even on the scree, you can pretty much walk through. But you could imagine when the rain hits this area, this is probably just slippery, sliding, and almost impassable terrain at that point.
Can I
But-
hop around to get around the scree area? Just like
If you follow the trail, they
Yeah.
can. Yeah. I mean, if you follow the footprints, or the
Yeah.
the old cat prints and stuff, they don't go near the street.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You travel until you see the sun is beginning to draw low on the horizon. The path is still before you. I would like all of you guys to go to make another perception check with wisdom.
Get to re-roll that.
Oh no.
Almost perfect.
Almost perfect.
Almost had it.
6 of 9.
Almost
16.
perfect.
Almost had it.
Almost had it.
Almost perfect.
Almost perfect.
19 when I should have had a 16.
So failure.
You
Almost had it.
Yeah,
Almost
you almost had it.
Almost had it.
So the sun is beginning just to touch the horizon. And the three of you manage to see almost in unison with the sun touching the mountains off in the distance, or the high hills off in the distance of Len's passing. You see a spark and then light. Before you, about a half a mile, 3/4 of a mile off, next to a rapidly shrinking lake of very, very brown and dirty water, you see what appears to be a small wooden camp. Several Yolkep appear to be tied up relatively near the fire, and there are a couple of wagons sitting there. And you can just barely make out sounds of laughter filtering up towards you.
I shall approach stealthily.
Hey,
Hmm.
can I be the smart one for a moment? I come near the rest of them.
That really does
Speak.
depend on.
We know
Can you?
they're going to come this way, and we have a good idea they're going to come today. Why don't we try and ambush them right here?
Well, we just wait a little bit until they had something to drink. And it sounds like they're having a party. And we hit them at night when they're all liquored up.
Well,
Not everybody fights better when they're drunk.
I know, but if they come this way, then, you know,
We
they're...
can
They'll
we
be
could attempt both plans. See if they do come this way. We'll ambush them. If they don't, we'll
Well,
ambush
then
them there.
Well,
Yeah, like that. It's exactly what I thought. You stole my idea.
that sounds great.
if they're in the tent drinking, they're not armed and awake and looking.
Can make it dark around them.
Perhaps I can scout ahead.
Well, if they spot you, you know what to do. Just let loose with your firearm.
Oh, I intend to.
I'll scurry along behind the human.
So looking for a better vantage point. Okay.
Preferably not looking into the setting sun.
Now, do you have a spike?
Does the explorer?
Yes, it does.
Yes, it does.
Then I do.
Okay.
That's actually.
You guys will manage to find a ridge. It's a bit higher. It gives you a little bit better view, as from the area that you're approaching, you actually have a wagon in your way. And while you can just make out the fire, there's movement around the fire that you can't really see from your current position. By the time you guys move over and begin to look, the sun is already about halfway below the horizon. Sunrises and sunsets are very fast in these parts. As you pull out your spyglass and begin to look, go ahead and roll me another perception check, please.
That is so just barely.
Just barely. Just barely failed or almost had it? Okay. Okay.
Critical failures are right.
Critical failure would be if you roll a natural 20 or if you're up to 9 away.
Or 9, yeah.
7 to 9 away.
Or natural 20. But depending, I'll explain how the other numbers work after that. But looking at using your spyglass to look, there is, by your count, 6 or 7 different people down there. They look like they're not breaking camp, but they definitely look like they're preparing for something.
We might have to do it tonight.
Oh, yeah, that's what I said.
All right, let's go surprise them.
The wagon's hooked up. Or they
No.
just. No.
I had one time.
At the very least, they haven't done
Well,
that.
one of the wagons, since you all can see it pretty easily, is odd. It's a purple wagon. And it has a whole bunch of stuff hanging off the sides of it.
Kind of stuff.
Oh, it looks like lanterns and chains and little feather talismans and things like that. It's kind of odd, especially out here because it's pretty garish. There definitely seems to be some kind of emblem that was painted on the side of it, but it looks like it's been pretty sun-beaten and most of that has just faded away.
So, should we ambush them, or should we, or set up an ambush, or should we ambush them there?
Let's go down there and
You think that,
discuss their wayward ways.
you think we
Does
can
anyone
sneak
down there
down
look to be in
fast enough?
distress?
Yeah, it's dark.
Nothing that you could, well, he didn't notice anything of anybody in like immediate distress. It just looked like they're in the process of getting some kind of meal cooked, either their breakfast, lunch, or dinner. You're not entirely sure,
Hey.
but they're a bit rowdy, and it looks like they are packing stuff up, putting it on their saddles and things like that. Wrapping stuff up. Yeah.
Yeah, they seem sufficiently distracted. I bet we could take them by surprise.
Let's do that.
Perhaps. I'll be in Overwatch.
I hope you can see in the dark.
But yeah, watching
I
over.
can.
So how far away are you gonna try to get?
Actually, how far is Hunter's Mark? 30 feet? Not 60 feet.
For what?
Hunter's Mark?
Hunter's Mark is 60 feet.
All right.
So you want to get about 60 feet away from the campfire?
Yeah.
Okay. So you'll be moving down with them, and then you'll take a spot. Okay. So as you all
They shall mimic the wilderness.
The right grass.
This makes me stealthy. So as you guys begin to slowly get into position,
Hold on.
yes.
I have an idea. You know how we had those beasts that we fought that were before we got
Hold
to the
skin
pig?
over me.
No.
I
Can
got
make
the-
one appear.
I got them
It
testicles.
like looks like
It has it at the ready. I have the testicle still.
it.
You want to smear them all over you? So they
no,
can't smell
I
you?
can make an illusion. You know,
I don't want to know.
like
Hey,
a
do you think this would go good in your mash?
No.
Oh.
Maybe you should smear them on yourself to scare the orcs.
Actually,
We don't want to scare off the orcs.
no, we do.
That way they can't run.
Guilt kit, you know.
No, these are some sort of like those
Why don't you?
cat-like thing. I can make one appear like it's stalking towards them.
Can you make it
Do
appear
it.
the other way?
And make it like make a noise like the thing is coming.
Okay.
I can't make a noise, but if you guys can make a noise,
Can you make it the other way?
yeah. So they come.
All right, all right.
Yeah,
Then
I
we
can
got a
do
plan.
that.
So you're going to distract him,
Hmm?
and he's going to spear nut juice all over himself.
Oh God, it tastes so terrible.
Why are you guys like?
Orange, oh god.
Alrighty. Humor side, I think we got a plan. She's going to make the distraction on the other side. We're going to sneak up and beat the shit out.
Okay.
And that'll be Overwatch.
So as you all begin
My
to move
illusion.
up to execute your ambush on these hooligans,
Mm.
we're gonna go and call it there for tonight because I see some droopy eyes and I'm definitely feeling it too. No, I've been here since 2:00 in the afternoon. So we want to thank you all very much for joining us tonight. We will be continuing this the next time we can get together for D&D, and we will be doing this ambush. I hope you guys are enjoying it. It's quite a bit more lighthearted than what we typically run, and I think we all could use that every once in a while because sometimes you just get depressed, you know, with the stuff that's happened. So nice change of pace, but we will be getting back to the guns of Varol. But we're going to have ourselves some fun with this first. Definitely stay tuned to the channel. Later on this month, I do have a series of days off that are going to be coming up, so we will be trying to get some more videos out then. We'll try not to do the 3 videos in one day thing every week, but we'll still try to get consistently try to get 3 videos out a week to you all. That is our goal that we've had for a while and still trying to go forward. Sometimes life gets in the way. So every once in a while we might have 2 videos in a day. That's just the way that we have to do it. And I still suck at editing. So until I can figure that out, I'm just going to stick to the streams and I'm going to have to ad-lib because I don't like reading from a page. I like to look at you or not at you. I guess technically I'm looking at a turned around picture of me, so I don't like not looking at myself while I am talking to you all.
Classic narcissist.
Yeah.
Right?
So
I mean, he is.
I will. So I'm gonna keep it to that kind of rough and tumble style that I've been doing. Hopefully you guys enjoy that. Please do subscribe to the channel. Tell your friends. Share us to Facebook. Share us to Twitter, I guess. Share us to Instagram. All that good stuff. Let your friends know if you like the content. We definitely want to try to hit that 200 mark, and we can do it. We still got months, and we've had exponential growth this year on YouTube. It's been wildly successful. We have gained well over 100 subscribers this year alone, and we are like at 120 at this point almost.
Yeah.
So we just got to push the rest of the way. We just need another 59 subscribers to hit 200, and I think we can do it. So, guys, thank you so very much for joining us. Remember to join us this weekend for Kingdom Death Monster Lantern Year 19, where hopefully I won't be alone, and hopefully we can continue to survive. But we have the Kingsman,
That's right.
so we'll see what happens with that. So, guys, thank you all very, very much. We will see you next time. Next time, join us at the table, and remember to keep rolling dice, my dudes. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.